37k in, and wow, the last kind of 10k has been indescribable. We've had to kind of rock climb, scramble down rock faces. God, look at this! Look at this, man! Just wanted to kind of get an idea of what's in store for me tomorrow. But it's been quite straightforward to get here, so worst case scenario, I have to walk a lot of tomorrow. Okay, so the wind up here is vicious, absolutely vicious. Right, it's so windy up here. I've come so much further than I was planning to. Kind of got a bit carried away really, but it's so much easier to get here than I thought it was going to be. I looked up at this and thought, oh my god, I'm going to die just getting here, but it's actually just incredibly windy.
Okay, so this is race day. Look at the difference in the weather. Weren't we lucky that the race was today, on this day, and not the day before? Blue skies, perfect temperatures. It couldn't have been any better for running. This experience is completely new to me. I've never even set foot in a mountain in my life, let alone run 30 miles across the fells and the mountains in the Lake District. So I was going into this race on 2 hours sleep the night before and 4 hours sleep the night before that. So I was going into this race sleep deprived and feeling quite anxious as well, because I thought the start was actually at Grasmere Village Hall. That's where I thought the registration and the start was. So that's where I got to about 7:30 in the morning, only to find there was nobody there. So I started panicking, thinking I've got the wrong week, I've got the wrong day, I've got what's going on. And fortunately, 2 other runners turned up. They was expecting the start also to be at the village hall, until we realised that it was here. And I'm so grateful to you guys if you're watching this, because if it hadn't been for you, I would have gone back to my hotel room and just sulked. But fortunately you turned up and we realised that it was here. So yeah, enjoy the footage. It's one of the most brilliant experiences of my life, and it's so great to be able to share it with you on here.
Okay, so we're just 2 kilometres in, and already I'm nearly tripping up. That's not a good start. Gotta be careful on my feet. Yeah, already we're on a really technical, stony, cobbly path. This is probably what it's going to be like today. For me, this is a hill already, and we haven't even started yet. First climb. Oh wow, look at that. Woo! First proper climb is up something called Loughriggfell, sorry. And that's where I will join you again. Okay, so here we are on the first proper climb of the day, going up to Loughriggfell. It's a taster of what's to come, I'm guessing. Anyway, so about halfway up the top. Views are just out of this world. Look at that. Wow. That is so cool. Okay, about 3/4 of the way up Loughriggfell. Oh, it's just spectacular. Look at the views. I could just, oh wow. Okay, so I've reached the summit of the first climb, Loughriggfell. That was mad. Almost twisted my ankle on the way up, but look at this. That's just incredible. Everywhere you look. Okay, so we are at the waterfalls at Ambleside. Just 8.5k in. And my legs are feeling it already. And we haven't even started really. So, let's see how it goes. It's such a nice day though. If anything, I'll probably overlay it if anything, but that'll come into its own when we get up onto the top of the fells. Whew. Okay, so this begins the long ascent, I think, up to the second kind of climb, if you like, of the day. It's going to be a long one, so I'll do another video kind of a quarter of the way up, halfway up, etc. Gives you an idea of what this is actually like. This is madness. I've never done anything like this before in all my life. It's just relentless. Loads more of these still to come. God, look at that, the top's all the way up there. I hope that's the top anyway. But look at this. Crazy. Well, we're going up. I'm going round. Look at the views. Oh my lord. That's been one pretty stubborn long climb. I don't know if this is the top yet, it might go on still, I don't know. But we're getting there. Getting there bit by bit. Whew. Well, we made it to the top. And now we've got to go straight back down the other side. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Oh my lord.
Okay, so this is the descent down Nanny Lane, this is called. And yeah, I think at this point I kind of realised what I'd let myself in for. And bearing in mind I'd only had 2 hours sleep the night before this and about 4 hours sleep the night before.
Okay, so I'm 14.5 kilometres in. We're going up this long kind of steep climb again. Wow, I've got a feeling we're going to head in that direction where the clouds are going over the top. Yeah, so this is the third of the kind of really long climbs today. It's not so steep though, this one. It's more doable. I'm still on this long old climb up. Oh, it feels like it's going on forever, this one. And this is nothing, is it? Have you done this before?
The shorter one.
This is the see, look, this is the shorter one. I've got it all to come apparently. Oh lord. Anyway, I'm loving this. Look at the views, I mean it's just spectacular. It's just like something out of most otherworldly, isn't it? Imagine having this on your doorstep. My lord, it's heavenly. So I've just come through the second aid station and yeah, we're just going up and up and up and up. I've got a feeling we've got to go over those. Look at it though, it's madness. Views, just incredible.
Okay, so this is probably the longest ascent, not the steepest, but the longest ascent that we had on this race. What you've got here is the beginning of Gatescarth Pass, and eventually we reach the top of Harter Fell right at the end of this. But this is probably one of my favourite sections of the race because it's just so beautiful. You know, you've got these mountains on either side of you. You've got this long road that just goes on and on and on, but it was beautiful. And I really enjoyed this section. It was just, yeah, otherworldly.
Right at this very second, there is nowhere else I would rather be in the world. This is just incredible. So we're still heading through this really long valley, very nearly halfway through in terms of the distance covered, but probably not in terms of the amount of time, because I think what's coming is essentially we're going to be going up something not too dissimilar to that, and that'll be fun actually. I'm quite looking forward to it. I just hope it's not really misty at the top, but I managed to catch up with a group of people, so I got a couple in front of me, a few behind. There's nobody in front of them though for a long way. Actually I can see a few runners dotted in the distance. But yeah, we're getting it done, man, we're getting it done. My quads are hurting already. It's the downhills, that is. So this is the type of terrain I've been on all day. It's just like rocky, stony, rocky, stony, rocky, steep. Madness. Wow. Okay, so we've had a long climb to get to here, and now I've got to go up this. This is the third pass, and one of the most difficult climbs, because the top there is not actually the top, it keeps on going. Oh man, this is where, oh man, this is what I do it for. This is why I do these things, to test my body. Sleep deprived, still going strong, folks. Nobody can beat my body, nothing can beat my body. I am unbeatable.
Okay, so adding narration here, because in the video you can't really hear anything I'm saying. You can't really see it unless the audio's on, but it was really windy up here, and we go into the cloud base. Now the difficulty that I had here, you've got about 3.5–4k like this, and you're in places rock climbing, literally rock climbing, and going down scree slopes. It's really technical. But what made it really difficult for me was the fact that because you're high up and there's loads of moisture in the air combined with the wind, it was basically fogging my glasses up really quickly, so I was having to stop like every couple of 100 meters and clean my glasses and then carry on. Shame really, because if it hadn't been in the clouds, like if it had been a clear day, I should imagine the views would have been just out of this world, because we're about 750 meters up here. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. I enjoyed it anyway.
Oh, this is crazy. This is like rock climbing. It's just madness. Oh man, I've got to go back into the clouds in a second, so I'm not going to be able to see jack shit again. That's just bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Okay, so quick video update. I'm 37k in, and wow, the last kind of 10k has been, oh wow, indescribable. We've had to kind of rock climb, scramble down rock faces. Now we've got another climb. It's just been mad all the way. After this we've got one more major climb, and then thank God it's kind of downhill to the finish eventually, but I'm knackered.
Okay, so this footage here is probably the first point in the race where I felt like I could actually relax, because all the hard work's done, all the climbing's done, all the long technical descents are more or less done, and it's relatively easy running from that point, from this point onwards in the race. And this is just over a marathon in about 44 kilometers into the race, something like that. Now going up Red Screes was mental. There's a kind of rocky staircase that takes you up about 2/3 of it, and then you've got a load of rock climbing to do. You're literally climbing up rocks. You were climbing up a rock face, and I accidentally missed. There's a sharp. The staircase turns sharply to the left, and somehow I missed it, and I ended up going up the side, literally climbing up these rocks, and then found myself in a kind of dropped down into a crevasse, and then I thought, oh. I looked at the GPX file on my watch and I could see I'd kind of veered off about maybe about 20 or 30 metres. So I climbed back up the crevasse and then realised that I probably couldn't come back the way I'd gone up because it was too steep. And fortunately, there was a really thin kind of strip of grass that just led round the side of the mountain and back onto the staircase, which I took. I was really lucky that I found that, because otherwise I would have been in real trouble. But I lost about 4 or 5 places there, and that's where I lost the leading woman. So up until that point, I had the leading female runner in my sights, and throughout, from about 15 kilometres onwards, we were yo-yoing. So I think I first started talking to her on Gatescarth Pass, whatever it's called. And we got chatting, really lovely woman, and then we got chatting down this really steep technical descent that I couldn't take any video footage of, unfortunately. But she's brilliant, she was, because if it hadn't been for her, I think I would have really struggled going up and down some of those fells along Harter Fell to Stoney Pass. And she kind of led the way across a lot of that, and I was really grateful to her for being there, for showing me the way, especially going down the Screes slopes. But what a woman. But I lost her eventually going up Red Screes, because I took that wrong turn, and then I never saw her again. The next time I saw her was actually at the finish, and she was really cool and cheered me up through the finish line. Okay, 46.5k in, about 5.5k to go. Struggling just to run now. I am absolutely, totally, utterly spent, nothing left. This is everything I'm giving just to run at a really slow speed. So here we are, the day after the race, and I thought I'd head up there. It doesn't look very high, does it? No. But yeah, oh wow, lovely day, temperature's absolutely spot on, and my legs are feeling okay, even after yesterday's madness. Morning. So I already hit a bit of a snag, in that the path I want, God, there's flies everywhere, the path I want isn't, it kind of is there, and kind of isn't. Look, I'll show you. The views, look at the views! Fantastic. That's the path I'm supposed to be going up. It's barely, I'll see how far we can get up there. The thing about these types of hikes, keep thinking that you're getting there, and I don't know, just never ends. But I can see the kind of peak ahead of me now, so we are getting there.
Another 5 or 10 minutes and I should be there. Yes, it looks right yesterday. So I have made it to the top. Look at this. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Right. But wow, look at this, man. Oh my god. How's that for a panorama, everyone? Oh my god. Wow. So it's about 4:30 in the morning. I've got up because I want to see if I can get a sunrise. Now I know where I could hear all the sheep from. So I'm heading up onto that little peak up, that peak up there. You can literally see the light of the sun beginning to slowly light everything up. It's incredible. Feel the warmth as well. So despite Network's fails, best attempts to screw my day up by cancelling probably the most important train connecting one side of the Lake District to the other, and me having to spend an extra £35 to get a taxi, I have got here, Oxendome, and I've just found the world's most awesome platform. Look at this! It's like a little bit of greenery in amongst the how cool is that? So I've just had a nice beer. And I'm going to sit down and wait for my train to come. I've got another half an hour yet. So, wow. How cool is that?